afternoon and welcome back for Transportation Tuesday on Adventures for Anyone. And we're going to go to Rockefeller Center, but we're going to go under the rock. So today we're hitting these orange subways, BDFM. If you're at Grand Central Station, you can either walk over to Bryant Park to catch them, or you can catch the shuttle to Times Square, and there is a connecting passageway that goes over there. But really, anywhere you catch them from in town, remember this is outside of that F&M switch, so it's all the normal way. And you're going to take them up here. It says right on it, Rockefeller Center. It's a junction there. You can also catch the E through there, but your best bet is to come up under the rock on the orange subways. And this is going to be the kind of thing you see. Now remember, Rockefeller Center is one of the biggest complexes of its kind. There are 19 buildings attached to Rockefeller Center. I mean, you've got everything from Radio City Music Hall to the international buildings, the extraneous buildings, Rockefeller Center itself. I mean, this is a huge complex. Now, John D. Rockefeller was one of the biggest of the titans ever to exist in America. Standard Oil was trust busted in 1911 because it was just so big and just so powerful. Now, out of the fray came all of this. Rockefeller Center was part of that and since has become part of the Rockefeller Foundation. So it becomes a really cool place to visit. So here we are wandering around under the rock. This is all below the building. You come in on the subway, there's several entrances to the complex down in that passageway, and as you come through here where the shops and the restaurants are, there's a lot to buy, a lot to eat, one of the biggest Starbucks I've ever seen in my life, and just all kinds of things going on. So you can do your shopping, you can do your eating, you can get a coffee, you can do whatever. But that is not all that goes on under the rock. Yes, there it is. This is the way you actually enter the ice rink. Now, I was here this time anyway, before the tree showed up, before all the Christmas stuff showed up. But the beginning of November, at least, this rink is open for ice skating. And the other thing that I did while I was here is I went to this. This is Hero. The exhibit was reSOUND. And this is an immersive art experience. Now, a lot of things go on here. Hero does all of your senses. Touch, sound, everything except smell I got in this. But it is a really interesting place to go. It too is under the rock. Then you enter in through this walkway and you do a lot of sound stuff in there, a lot of touch stuff in there, and then you go in for the main event. And that is flow. Now, underneath the building is also where you can get access to things like the Jimmy Fallon Tonight Show. You can get your tickets for the Top of the Rock and everything that goes with that, or the studio tours. Make sure you book all of that stuff in advance, folks. You may not get to go when you want to go. It's just how it is. But you can spend hours down here under the rock with the activities and the food and the drinks, and it just goes on and on and on. I thoroughly enjoyed my time here, and there's also places where you can go and you can learn about kind of the history of the Rockefeller Foundation. I mean, they're highly based in the good of all humanity. They founded the University of Chicago, Johns Hopkins and Yale Schools of Medicine, I mean, it's a really impressive place, a really impressive foundation, and honestly, don't forget it's a great place to visit during Christmas. So if you don't have time to fool with all the stuff above, at least take time to hop this subway to that little red circle where Rockefeller Center is. All the orange ones go there, so that you can have a little time and enjoy what goes on under the rock. It's also the best way to access the entire property during the holidays. So thank you for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed this little trip under the rock. And remember that this is what we do here. We tell you how to get to some of the best places. And this BDFM subway is a great way to slip into Rockefeller Center without going through all the crowds that are lined up outside during the holidays in particular. So check in with us next week and you will see yet another great thing that we're doing on the subways in New York.
Hi, I'm Terry. Thank you for joining me today on Adventures for Anyone, and join me again in the future and like and subscribe if you like what you see here. And I can teach you where to go in the Northeast, how to have fun, and how to travel the way I do, which is as a budget traveler. Thank you again. Have a great day.